From today we will start our virtual class. I think you will all enjoy the virtual class. Students who are watching Roy Chaudhary Academy welcomes all of you. Son, how are you? Today we will start a first class of the subject building material and construction. Today we will start a topic which is come under building construction, name foundation. In this chapter we will discuss about introduction of foundation, object of foundation, how many types of foundation, site investigation, method of soil exploration, bearing capacity, like of these things. Okay, so now we're going to start. Okay, so introduction. What is foundation? Okay, any structure in general is considered to have two parts. Okay, there is a sub part and another is a superstructure. Substructure or the basic part is known as foundation. Okay, footing is that part of the foundation which ultimately delivers the load to the soil and is thus in direct contact with it. The foundation term includes both the portion below the ground level and the artificial arrangements such as concrete block, piles, grillage, rafts, etc., upon which the structure stand. Foundation is most important part of any structure since it remains embedded underground. Any sign of failure of foundation is not noticeable till it has already affected the structure. If any part of structure except foundation is found weak, it can be strengthened by adopting suitable measure. But if foundation of a structure has yielded and ruptured, it is very difficult to make it good. Foundation of a building is one of the important things. Okay, the object of foundation now we need to discuss. So many objects are there, but I will discuss the main parts. Okay, number one is to distribute the load of structure on large area so that the intensity of load does not exceed the safe bearing capacity of the underlying soil, because some area or some soil have different type of bearing capacity. So after calculating the bearing capacity, a safe bearing capacity is given, and according to that we construct a building over that. So when we go for the foundation part, that time we need to very thoroughly measure the safe bearing capacity upon which we will construct the building. Number two is to distribute load on underlying soil evenly and thus to prevent unequal settlement of the foundation. Number three, to provide a level and hard surface for the superstructure. Number four, to increase the stability of the structure as a whole against sliding, overturning or other disturbing forces like wind, rain, etc. Now we go for discuss about types of foundation. The foundation may be broadly classified under two heads. Okay, one is shallow foundation, another is deep foundation. According to Mr. Terzaghi, who is known as the father of soil mechanics, he said that a foundation is said to be shallow foundation when depth of the foundation is equal to or less than its width, and if depth of the foundation is greater than its width, it is termed as deep foundation. In general terms, if foundation can be constructed at reasonable shallow depth, it is termed as shallow foundation. In case foundation is laid to comparatively large depth, it is called deep foundation. In this chapter only shallow foundation will be discussed. Okay, deep foundation will go in further. Now we need to understand the process of site investigation. Okay, before actual foundation plan engineer draw, it is very much important to visit the site of the work so as to have the first hand knowledge of the soil and the possible constraints likely to come across during construction. First hand information regarding type of underlying soil can be obtained from the owners of adjoining structure. In case of any doubt and also in case of tall and important construction, it is good if detailed soil investigation of underlying soil is carried out to large depth. Okay, now the purpose of site investigation. Okay, I will discuss the important things. As the load of the structure is ultimately transferred to the soil, it is desirable to know the qualities and thickness of underground soil. Next, to assign suitable safe bearing capacity of underlying soils. Number 3, to determine depth up to which the foundation must be carried. And the last is to select safe and most economical type of foundation. So these are the main purpose of site investigation. Next we go the soil exploration, the methods of soil exploration, by which methods we can explore a soil. The first is inspection, next test pits, probing, auger boring, deep boring, was boring, test piles, geophysical method. What is inspection? In any project, inspection of the site is the first step. Inspection of the site should be carried out prior to the design of structure. In this process, exposed surface of the ground, old cuts, etc. are examined. Okay. Next is test pits. It is very important to know that the type of soil at small depths, okay, we will understand by watching, but test pits are dug at frequent interval at the proposed site of the project. Size of the test pit should be such that a person may enter in it and carry out soil sample conveniently. Dimension of the trial pits also depend upon their depths. Under normal condition, 1.5 into 1.5 meter test pits about 1.5 meter depth is found desirable, as most of the foundation is good. Soils are seldom carried out to depth larger than 1.5 meter. This method of soil exploration reveals correct result for small depths. Okay. Next is probing. In this method of exploration, either a hollow tube or steel rod is used. Hollow tube is 35 to 50 mm in dia and has 3 mm wide and about 60 centimeter long slit at its bottom end. The hollow tube is driven into the ground 30 centimeter at a time and withdrawn, and the soil caught in the slit is inspected. Instead of hollow tube, solid steel rod about 30 to 35 mm dia may also be driven into the ground and withdrawn at frequent intervals, and soil sticking to the pointed end of the rod inspected. By this method, nature of soil formation at various depths can be estimated. Next is auger boring. For testing foundation for ordinary buildings, auger boring is most commonly used method. Auger is a device used to extract soil sample from different depth. Auger used may be of post hole type, screw type or shell type. Screw auger consists of steel rod having threads at its bottom and with cutting edge and handle at its top end. Okay. In case of shell auger, there is a cylindrical tube having cutting edge and slit at its bottom end. If soil is of loose type, any of the augers can be used, but thin metal casing tube has to be driven first. Casing tube is essential because otherwise whole wall will collapse and fill the hole when auger is withdrawn from the hole for taking out soil sample. Post hole auger is mostly used for taking samples. It has its own sampling bucket and cutting edge. It is also pressed and rotated for driving into the soil. Okay. Deep boring. Now, what is deep boring? In the case of very large, tall and heavy structure, deep boring have to be carried out to assess the nature of the soil lying deep below the foundation. The deep boring are done by two methods: percussion boring and rotary or core drilling. What is percussion boring? In this case, a cutting tool is dropped repeatedly on the ground and pulverized material paste is brought to the ground by adding little water into the core. The paste thus obtained is dried and classified after examination. Next, rotary or core drilling. In this method, a hollow tube having cutting edge is driven by rotary motion. Water is used to aid cutting of the core of the material. Rotary or core drilling, when done in soft soil, no core is possible to be obtained, and slurry formed by soft cut material and water has to be pumped out of the hole being bored. Solid core is obtained when rotary or core drilling is done in hard formation. Okay. Next is wash boring. What is wash boring? This is a method in which a casing tube is driven into the ground with the help of water jet. The material inside the casing is washed out and brought to the surface for examination. First of all, casing pipe, also known as dry pipe, 10 centimeter to 15 centimeter dia. Okay, this is the more than enough information. Test piles. The test piles are nothing but driven of wooden or steel piles into the ground. Wooden or steel piles are driven into the ground under blows of hammer of specific weight. It is not possible to know the nature of the soil by this method, as no soil sample is taken, but rough idea of the nature of soil can be obtained from the number of blows required to drive a pile or rod for specific length into the ground. An experienced supervisor engaged in driving operation can easily judge the nature of soil from the resistance offered by the soil to the penetration of the rod or pile. This method by itself is not a complete method. It is merely gives the load resistance characteristics of the soil. Hence, before results of this method are authentically adopted, they should be verified by other method of soil exploration. Next is geophysical method. It is the last method. This method of soil exploration is the most advanced method. Geophysical method is one of the advanced method. It is very much used in carrying out geophysical survey in case very large area are to be explored. Soil exploration survey is also done by this method. This method may be electrical or seismic. In case of electrical method, electrodes are inserted into the ground and electric current is passed through them. Resistance offered by the soil to electric current reveals the condition of soil strata, such as depth of the rock, depth of the water table, etc. In case of seismic method of geophysical survey, vibration are caused in the ground with the help of artificial explosion from the fact that vibration travel with larger speed in rocks than in soil. Depth of the rock lying below the ground surface can be estimated by this method. I will come with next video very soon. If you like the channel, then you subscribe, like and share and make some comments over the channel. Thank you.